okay. Whoa, whoa, it'll be okay. It all melts away when I hear her say, whoa, whoa, it'll be okay.
Hi everyone, Linda Heldman here for Canadian Beats. We are in behind the Chorus building in Toronto with Lake Ontario before us, planes flying around, seagulls being very noisy.
Party boats. Party boats.
Party boats. Matt Teed, how are you?
I'm fantastic, Linda. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well. This is
Good.
a beautiful day to be doing this.
It is. Still humid, but that's Toronto, so it's fine.
It is. Well, it's a lot more humid than Sudbury, that's for sure.
That's a fair point. It's a fair point. There's a bit of a shift.
There is. There is. Thank you for meeting me today to do this.
No. Thank you for inviting me out. This is fantastic.
We just recorded an acoustic
Yes.
of one of your singles.
Yes.
Which is called
It'll be okay.
It'll Be Okay.
Yeah.
Which, it was so good. So
Thank you.
at the end of this interview, stay tuned because that acoustic will be up.
Awesome.
Matt, tell us a bit about you. This is our first interview with you, and I have to say I've listened to the EP and I love your voice.
Well, thank you very much.
You have this little bit of raspiness to it. I want to say it's kind of Ed Sheeran-ish.
I'm not gonna. You can use that comparison all day. I'm never gonna argue with that one. He's fantastic.
He is.
Little about me. So I'm born and raised Toronto, mainly out in the West End in Etobicoke. The thing you got to know about me, I got a family that keeps me on my toes and friends that keep me grounded. And for this project, we put together a phenomenal team for this project. It was me, but it was Casey. But you'll see in the acoustic, they'll see in the acoustic that Stu Weinberg, the guitarist, is just absolutely phenomenal. The producer Shawn Moore he's a rising star. He's fantastic. And so this was my first project in music. Mm-hmm. So I'm very wet behind the ears. I'm very green. I'm a big rookie in this whole thing, but I loved it. It's fantastic.
Now, how would you describe your sound? It's pop?
Ooh, it's pop. So we went through a whole bunch of different variations of it because obviously the first project you're trying to figure out where you want to go with it. And Shawn, who actually co-wrote all 5 songs with me, the whole EP we co-wrote together, and he has a lot of country influences. He works a lot down in Nashville, and so we were trending that way for the first little bit, but then, just vocally and with the production coming to where it was and with the abilities of the guys we had on the team, we started to branch out a little bit, and we couldn't quite nail it down what it was because there were so many different influences coming into play. We had Maroon 5, we used Ed Sheeran, we used a lot of Shawn Mendes's stuff, another good Toronto boy. But so we landed on pop because that was sort of the all-encompassing genre that we could fit ourselves into, and it ended up working really well because it gave us a lot of freedom with what we could do.
You know my only problem with this EP? It's only an EP. It's not a full album.
No, it's funny.
I want to hear more, okay? I want to hear more.
Good. Okay, see? She wants to. You guys want to hear more, too. This is good.
It's like I heard the songs, and then I went, okay, I have to listen to it again.
There's only 5.
And again, and again. I want to see you in concert. I want to see you perform. I'm excited, okay?
I like the excitement. I feed off the excitement. This is good for me. It's funny because when we first started the project, we had this whole debate going about, what's the right way to launch a career? And the old saying, there's no right way to do it. There's a bunch of right ways to do it. And we had a discussion one day, Shawn and I, about whether we were going to do a single or 2 singles or whether we were just going to blow up into a whole EP. And we talked about it because, there's monetary aspects involved and there's bringing in the talent and writing the songs and all that sort of stuff, but we landed on a full EP because we wanted to tell a story. And so the EP, it's at 1429 is the title, so that's actually, it signifies the whole length of the album. And if you listen to it from 1 to 5, which I know you've done, it does tell a story.
It does.
From 1 to 5. So
yes.
that's why we ended up doing a 5-song EP rather than just 1 or 2 singles.
Okay. I'll forgive you for that.
Okay. There was
but I want more music.
Method of the madness, but yes, absolutely.
Now, the whole 1429,
Yeah.
there's a theme going because
Yeah.
you released your first single off that on the 14th of June.
Yes.
And then the 29th of June
was the full album.
You released.
And so that's my, I have a bit of a marketing background myself, Linda. And that was where my brain was kind of like, how can we be clever about this? And so yeah, the first single, It'll Be Okay, launched on the 14th of June. And then the next week, we started the pre-sale, but the next week happened to be the official first day of summer. And so I surprisingly released the second track on the album, Heartbeat, which was that's the poppiest one that you're gonna have on that whole album.
I like
And so
that one too.
was, I figured that was appropriate for the first day of summer. I was like, this makes sense. And then the 29th was the scheduled release date for the whole album. What I did not know when I was planning that was that Drake was also launching on that Friday.
How dare he?
Right? I mean,
What nerve?
he's got to make some room for other people. But it worked really well because everybody was listening to the hip hop stuff, so the hip hop charts were going crazy, and I got to sneak into the pop charts on iTunes, which was really cool. But yeah, there's a little bit of competition.
And where did you debut?
13.
Isn't that awesome?
It was surreal.
Should have been 14, but we'll take one higher. That's okay.
I will take one higher. It doesn't match quite up with the marketing, but it's fine.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I love it.
No,
I love it.
It was truly surreal. It was very, very cool.
So, you mentioned about the songwriters.
Yeah.
We need to talk a little bit more about Shawn.
Okay.
Shawn, I've known
know
him. He's the one that said, "Hey, contact Linda, Canadian Beats, blah blah blah."
That is true.
Anyway, yeah. So I'm glad he did.
Set this whole thing up.
And I know Shawn as a drummer, primarily in country.
Fantastic drummer.
He's currently with Jason Blaine. So if you see Jason Blaine this summer, notice
They just
the
played
drummer.
Boots and Hearts.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and he's going to be in Sudbury this weekend at the Poutine Festival.
That's even better.
So we're going to, Shawn and I are going to run around. I said I have to eat my poutine standing up because the calories don't count as much.
That's fair. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take
Okay.
that and use it.
Okay.
That's my new excuse for eating poutine. I like it.
Now, do you say poutine or poutine?
I should say poutine.
Yes, you
I
should.
I say poutine because I'm from Toronto and we're not great with those accents, but it's fine. I will make a concerted effort.
I keep living in these very Fringlish communities like Sudbury and Ottawa, places like that. So
Toronto's not one of those.
You get to,
Unfortunately.
Well, Toronto's so multicultural.
That is fair. We have all sorts of languages. That is entirely true.
Do you know when I moved from Toronto and have slowly migrated up north, the one thing I missed is that multicultural aspect.
It is anybody that comes and visits this city from outside and doesn't know it well, that is one of the first things that they always comment on is, wow, I've never seen this many different cultures, this many different languages, this many different even cuisines in one spot. It's literally every aspect of each culture. It all congregates in Toronto. It's very, very cool.
Each area has their individuality. I mean, we've got very much Greektown on the Danforth.
For sure.
We've got Little Italy. We've got Chinatown.
Little Portugal. You've got
It's all over the place.
all over the place. And it's funny because they all have their own little sector, but they all also blend incredibly
absolutely.
well.
Absolutely.
It's very, very cool.
Yes, yes. What are some of your favorite places in Toronto?
Ooh.
To see entertainment, to eat, to just enjoy.
Okay, so entertainment-wise, I have always had a thing for Massey Hall. That is my favorite concert venue of all time.
And
of all
it's
time.
Under renovations. It's going to be
Yes.
closed for 2. Has it closed yet?
I don't think it has.
It's closing.
It's closing soon.
For 2 years.
For some renovations.
Beautiful renovations.
It's going to be fantastic. That was one of the best concerts I ever saw was there. It was The Script. And they flew in from the UK and they were phenomenal. They had that place rocking. But that's probably my favorite entertainment venue. I'm a big sports guy though, long-suffering Toronto sports fan. So the Leafs and the Raptors, it's a whole thing.
Here, high five me.
Oh, okay. I'm not used to getting high five for
High
that. Nowadays it's better. But and anywhere down around that entertainment district, around the ACC, Rogers Center, all that sort of stuff, there's phenomenal spots wherever you go. I'm also a sucker for Italian food, so this is a great city for that.
Yes.
There's in Little Italy you can always find those little spots that are just fantastic.
I have to say my favorite place, when I can get to the neighborhood, is Wahlburgers.
Oh, always good. Always good.
I love Wahlburgers.
Marky Mark and the boys did well with that one.
They really did.
They
really did.
Their tater tots are some of my favorite things.
Yes.
Some of my favorite things.
And there's this melt that I get that is just
I haven't had the melt.
Good.
I gotta go try
it's
the
good.
melt.
It's really
Okay.
good. I highly recommend it.
Noted.
Okay. Alrighty. What what shows do you have coming up that we can actually see you perform?
Oof, see, I'm working on that.
You're working
Because
on
one
that.
of the things about, because Shawn and I have talked about this actually, one of the difficult things about being a pop singer is the road to getting bookings is much more difficult because it's tough to quantify what type of act you are and where you fit in. Whereas, you know, country singers, you sort of know what the country bars are and you sort of know what the festivals are. It's a little bit, I'm not going to say cut and dry, but it's a little bit more straightforward where you can get bookings. So right now I'm working on the bookings. That's in progress.
Okay. Let us know.
Absolutely.
And we'll do our best to come out and see you.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
So what is next for you?
What is next for me? What is next for me is we are planning shows and we are planning video content and we are doing all that sort of stuff. I sort of had to take a step back as soon as everything got released and say, wow, this happened, because it all came together so quickly. And my whole focus was, you know what, let's get the music out there, let's see what people think, and we'll go from there. So that was, my whole thing was, it's released, sort of took a little step back, and now I'm diving head first right back into everything and keeping that ball rolling, keep the momentum going.
Yeah. Great. And where can we find you?
Ooh, everywhere,
Yes.
everywhere. I've got a website that's just dedicated to everything music, so that's mattteed.com. Instagram is matt.teed. I am on Facebook. And iTunes, Spotify, anywhere you get your music, it should be on there. You can get the full EP, you can get the singles, whatever you want.
Awesome. Now, when we were waiting for Stu to get here, you were telling me about the album graphics.
Yes. Ooh, I love those graphics. And unfortunately, as I said, I'm in the middle of next steps. I'm getting the short runs all set up, and what I wanted to do is I want to get a really nice big vinyl cover, because when people see the graphics, you've seen the graphics, it's sort of an imprint on leather was the idea. And when the graphic designer and I, who's a very good buddy of mine, we used to work together actually in marketing, but when we were working on the concept, he was sort of looking at it and he said, you know, it'd be really cool if we did, you know, a take on an old leather vinyl cover. So that was literally the inspiration for the whole thing. And I want to just see that visually. I haven't seen a vinyl cover of it yet, but it is very cool. And then it's there's a handwritten, which is actually my handwriting on there. It's a handwritten title of the album, which I thought was a nice little touch, because you get this very cool contrast between the imprinted leather and then a little handwritten thing. I thought it fit the album.
Great. So physical copies may be out there. Do we have a date for that?
Ooh, I want to say mid-fall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so
There
not
you go.
that far away.
No, not that far away. We're going to keep the ball rolling for
But
everybody.
in the meantime,
it's all digital.
listen to Matt.
It's all digital.
And if you like it, please buy it. Yes. Support your musicians.
I'm not going to complain. That would be fantastic.
Awesome. Thank you so much for speaking with me today,
Thank
Matt.
you, Linda. This was a blast.
Enjoyed listening to your acoustic. Enjoyed talking to you and meeting you for the first time.
That is true. I think we're hitting it off. I think we're doing okay.
I think so. I love it.
Perfect.
Awesome. Matt Teed, everybody, please. We will post his socials. Check him out. And I am Linda Heldman for Canadian Beats.
Hi guys, I am Matt Teed. This is my fantastic guitarist Stu Weinberg. He looks great in the hat. We are going to be performing an acoustic version of my debut single, It'll Be Okay, off the EP 1429 for you guys today. So, hope you enjoy. There are days when I wake up, I don't know if I am strong enough. Lying there frozen while my world spins round. Feel like I'm sinking, like I'm about to drown. And I hear her say, whoa, whoa, it'll be okay. Whoa, whoa, it'll be okay. It all melts away when I hear her say, whoa, whoa, it'll be okay. She says it's okay to hurt, it's okay to be afraid. Boy, just know I'm with you all the way. Whoa, it'll be okay. Whoa, whoa, it'll be okay.
It all melts away when I hear her say, whoa, whoa, it'll be okay. Every time she hits me with those eyes, oh, they tell me it'll be alright. I was living, but I wasn't alive. Oh, that girl, she saved my life. Oh, oh, it'll be okay. 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 Sing it, oh, it'll be okay. Oh, oh, it'll be okay. It all melts away when I hear her say, whoa, whoa, it'll be okay. Baby, it all melts away when I hear you say, whoa, whoa, it'll be okay.